Shalom, friends. Welcome to Jewish Holiday Reactions. On this episode, Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah. If you're asking yourself, who? I've never heard of those holidays. Are those real? That's fair. Honestly, they do get overshadowed by Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and even by Sukkot, the festival of glamping that we are currently in. The market is indeed a tad saturated by Jewish holidays at the moment. That's right, employers and academic administrators, you think by this point we're just coming up with new holidays to fuck with you. And I kind of wish we were, because that would be fun, but we're not. On Azazel, I swear, it's in the Torah. Look it up. Here in the diaspora, many communities celebrate Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah as two separate holidays. But in Israel and in some other communities, it is celebrated in one day, one fell swoop. Because we like to keep everybody, including ourselves, guessing. Just kidding, that's not why. But that is the outcome. The theme of confusion is very on point for Shemini Atzeret in particular. Like, what is the holiday? What does it even do? Rashi explains that Shemini Atzeret is a holiday upon which God was like, no, don't go back to work. Stay and hang out with me. The party is just getting good. Stop thinking about all the emails in your inbox that you haven't answered and the work piled on your desk. Don't ruin the vibes. In addition to spending more time with God, Shemini Atzeret provides an opportunity for us to reflect upon everything that we experienced over the holiday season. It's also the time that Jews begin our rain prayers for the season. But we can't do any of the rituals that might have been associated with Shemini Atzeret back in the day during the temple times, or even maybe know what they even were. Because, and say it with me now, the fucking Roman Empire. As a Jewish person of Italian heritage, I do believe that we should be using Shemini Atzeret as the day upon which to go to Italy and abscond with obviously not just our menorah. You knew I was going to say that. Of course, that's number one on the agenda. But number two would be to steal all the gelato and thus take a belated but triumphant revenge. Tasty, delicious revenge. But regrettably, I'm not actually in charge of the holidays, although I should be. Here in the diaspora, Shemini Atzeret gets a BFF holiday, Simchat Torah. It's giving buddy comedy. So the Jews read the entire Torah every year. Every week we do a parsha, one section. Simchat Torah is the day we celebrate completing the reading of the whole Torah. It's a little like Purim in vibe, except without the famous heroic Jewish woman, or the costumes, or the commandment to get drunk, although some people act like there is. I've seen some things. And then we Be Kind rewind the Torah all the way back to Genesis. Reading the Torah does not quit. Just remember the acronym ABS. Always be scrolling. Speaking of both abs and scrolling, Hagbah, a ritual where the Torah scroll is held up by its two handles and shown to the congregation. On Simchat Torah, we see a very advanced version of this maneuver. Very challenging. Somebody should name it after Simone Biles. The whole weight is on one handle because we've scrolled through to the end of the Torah. Very uneven, not balanced. You gotta lift, bro. You gotta lift. Some people get to training very early in order to be strong enough to do this. They actually begin doing one-arm push-ups right after Passover when we begin the counting of the Omer. That's not true. I just invented that part. And that's why I'm not allowed to be in charge of the holidays. But don't worry, there are other fun Torah activities you can participate in on Simchat Torah even if you don't have relative hand strength. For example, hakafot, dancing with the Torah in a series of circles around the synagogue. Some communities even dance out into the street. It is that exuberant. When I was a child of just 9 or 10, approximately 5,000 years ago, I remember going with the local Chabad house to dance with the Torah on the campus of UMass Amherst. We would go to this plaza right beneath these high-rise dorms, the Southwest dorms, and we would dance with the Torah in a circle. And we would look up to see the silhouettes of all these hundreds of college students looking out of their windows like, what is happening down there? I didn't think there were any sports-related riots scheduled for tonight. I say this having gone to UMass, so don't at me. On another personal note, I will also say that these are the strongest memories I have of screaming the Yechi. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, I will be explaining in a different video. Because I want to stay on point. And the point is that Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah are days to celebrate being around each other and our connection to the Torah, in whatever way that might manifest and have meaning for us as individuals. These are holidays of Jewish joy. Marking moments of Jewish joy is something that is very important to me, especially before we have to return to normal life, whatever that is. Moadim l'simcha and Chag Sameach, everybody.